no fancy intro for this one, but I just wanted to say, like, it's time to really talk and discuss over some chapter 11. I haven't talked about it or anything like that in a little bit, so I wanted to come in here and tell you guys everything that I so far have learned about chapter 11 after trying to experience it, trying to get up into chapter 11, 12. It's been about almost 2 weeks since, obviously it's almost becoming the 14th, so let's just bring everything together and learn together. How about that? What's going on, guys? It's your boy Cash, and today's video is full of a whole lot of Burnivis, a little bit of strategy, but no matter how this video goes, remember it's 100% MFO. Now, one thing that I wanted to showcase in this video specifically is every little thing that I've pretty much learned or whatever. It's gonna say something like that. So I'm gonna start here with the Burnivis stage, and I'm gonna go with the team comp. Obviously, this is the biggest contention a lot of people are gonna have. It's like, yo, you're team comp and this is my team comp and I can't do that because I don't have that. And that's gonna be a really big thing. Now, we also know first and foremost that Schmigerman Yankman Jensen is gonna be stuck on your party. He's gonna be stuck in the back row. Now, this formation that I have here has failed me actually most of the time when I was doing this chapter. And it was for something really small. I was gonna go through the trouble of showing you guys why it fails, but I realized that that's just so much more frustrating. But I'm just gonna tell you pretty much it was because of the aspect of actually having Ulum in the front. One reason that I don't like it is pretty much, and I think it's really the only reason, is the mana. So you guys know the new mana system right now is that the people in the back gain mana. I mean, not people in the back, but everyone gains mana per person in their row per turn. So technically she's getting 2 mana per round, and I shouldn't say per turn, per round. So she's getting 2 mana per round here, and if she was back here, she'd be getting 3. What this does, just this simple switch here, it allows you to get more mana on Ulum. As you guys know, even to do one of her moves, she needs to be at 4 mana, but more specifically, you need her at 5. So by her turn, if Iris goes before, which you should, Iris is faster, you will be able to do the dimensional resonance, which is this Ulum, which you don't necessarily need the FC version for this, but I just wanted to just give you guys my logic. Actually, sometimes that barrier will thing actually screws you over, to be honest, because that whole aspect when you take more damage per turn, that's going to be a little bit when we get later on into the why I'm stuck on chapter 11 and the things I've been trying to do to prevent that or to get past the stage. Now, this is obviously just abusing the Bathory Ulum combo. It's about Guardian Stone breaking, and that's really all this is about. There's many ways to do this, and there's many ways to get around it, but since Ulum has a way that kind of really cheats the system, as I'll show you guys in a second, or I can explain here. As you can see, she's +3, and I've explained this before, and it just allows you to break some people in this encounter, in this chapter, a little bit easier. Now, my issue as you go through further is that there's going to be characters that are all green, so you would need a +5 green character elementally enhanced in order to instantaneously break them. Now, is that hard? Absolutely not. I'm going to show you guys a little bit like how I've been getting through that chapter slightly, but it's still a little bit of annoying. With Schmid, you pretty much want to be using this off cooldown. The Great Storage Storm, every single time you can do it, you just kind of have to do it. Also, if any character has counter, use him on it because he has invincibility as long as no one has died yet. I was making this mistake a lot by not attacking certain characters. I was like, oh, maybe I should save a turn, but then I realized I'm wasting my time. I should actually always attack AoE with him so he can soak up all the damage. Most of the people in this team comp are relatively slow, so they will go afterwards, so it's going to be pretty good there. They'll go Schmid will go first, I should say, sorry. So now all this stuff is irrelevant, blocking and all this stuff or whatever, it doesn't matter. So as long as she keeps her tranquil in the round, it's fine. Now, of course, if she loses tranquil for any reason like that, you pretty much have to restart. That's the only crappy part about using her as a thing, and that goes for any comp. If you're not running a reviver and your Guardian Stone break mechanic person dies, you pretty much have to restart. There's no way around it. But you're gonna see here that all these characters here are gonna get broken because she's gonna break the 3 Guardian Stones first, and then she's gonna break the other 2 based on her passive on that skill. So now all of them are broken, and as you can see, it's really, really, really good. Now with Lepin, since she has a revive and all that nice stuff, she can just heal. I can use it as a heal. I can use it as a turn reset. One of the best things to do, especially on the Burnivis, if you notice that your Ulum is the lowest, you can literally give her a second turn so she can do 2 breaks in like a round, which is really, really good. Like I said, this is going to be used off cooldown all the time. The mobs are really, really easy with this mechanic, with Ulum being at +3. I haven't seen a mob so far that has more than 3 machines, so I don't think you ever need to do more than that. Iris will be pretty much on mana duty. The reason why is because, like I said, you get into the habit of always using that skill, because at the end of the day, you want to always have it up. You want to have that anti-heal up at all times. I literally was just doing a run to show you guys some stuff, and he got stunned and I couldn't unstun him, and then Burnivis healed all his HP back up, and I was like, yeah, screw this, I'm done. And the reason being, also, you want to keep doing mana is because not Iris, but Ulum's stuff is very expensive. Ulum has very, very expensive moves, a 4 and a 5, so she's always going to need to be like pretty much topped off with mana at all times, because if she ever gets a turn, or if you can do a double turn like I said with Lepin, you want to be in the position to do that. You're not going to be in a position to do that if you're not using mana. Her Iris's damage is not going to really compare to the damage your other characters are going to do. Also, it's not going to compare to Lepin's heal if you like leave her heal alone. But I will say here, this is very important. This becomes an issue later on. These characters going before you, because that's where the RNG lies. You have to hope that they don't hit certain people. You have to hope that, you know, all this other nonsense. That's where actual attack speed is going to come through, and I'm gonna explain that a little bit later when we go into chapter 11:11. All right, so now we're in the Burnivis stage. As you can see, now again, these guys actually counter. You see these guys with the swords, they counter. So we're gonna just absorb all that counter hit stuff so that all my other AoEs go through just fine. These also don't have that weird dodge mechanic. As you can see, he's gonna counter, Burnivis is gonna counter. Oh, I think I hit him, so that's why they didn't counter. But you see they're trying to hit her. She survived, so she still has Tranquil, so pretty good. I don't know why they do. Oh no, she put the block up. I was like, why did they counter on her? But all right, so pretty much everything is fine. You have to pretty much weather through that a little bit. It's a little bit of annoying. See, now we can do AoEs just fine. This is just for extra damage. And see, look, they took her Tranquil off. So unfortunately for this run, I would have to actually start over, because the ability to, I mean, you could technically, I can technically still win this, but it would just take me a long time, because I can just revive her, but she's not going to do much. And because I don't have any green, you would sit here for hours, and it's possible to do, but it's not really what I want to show. So now a lot of you guys are probably thinking like, oh my god, that's happened to me that's happened to me a billion times. Now what you have to do, unfortunately, the only way that the game really allows you to like mitigate damage on that level, you're gonna need to bring up your block. That's the only thing that I could see, especially with Ulum, if you're using Ulum specifically, or like I showed you guys before, what was really good was Naomi. Really good. Once they start to force the attacks onto them, you have to have that they'll probably start blocking some of the stuff. The only other option that you can have in there is a character like Obelia, and you would just spam the defense buff, and she also removes status effects, so you could do that as well. But you can see, like, I haven't tested that out yet, but that's theoretically what you would do, that you'd have a defense buff up with Ulum, but then you'd have to change one of your slots to do that. So you would like give up Iris or something of that nature, but then you'd mess up your mana gains. So I would even maybe go with Pan instead. Pan gives 1 mana and heals status effects, so similar to what Iris is doing, only 1 mana, so you're expecting 1 less mana per turn, like per rotation. And also removing a status effects you need, because Burnivis obviously cleans the back line a little bit. So I'm not gonna do the stage over so I can show you the clear. I already beat the stage, but I wanted to show you guys, like, that's kind of how Ulum works. That's how Ulum works. Now if you guys are gonna probably, like I said, I don't have Bathory, so I can't even do that shenanigans. I can't do Ulum at all. So what would you do? And I'm going to show you guys with chapter 11. Now I use this team exactly to beat chapter 7, so of course I used it to beat every other chapter preceding that. Now I got stuck here on chapter 11, and I'm going to show you why. And I mean, I can also tell you why, is because I got outsped. Pretty much what happens is that they become so fast that Ulum takes too long, and as you can see, there is RNG still to that whole aspect of, are they gonna just kill Ulum? Is she gonna block? Is she gonna be able to defend herself? Like, look how fast this goes. So one guy gets a turn, instantaneously hits, then the double team aspect thing comes in, right? Now she comes in, reduced damage, and still gets chunked out there, right? So now it's this guy's turn. He didn't get any, he doesn't have mana on the first turn. He usually has mana later on. My reviver's already dead, right? So I can't even revive. So even if they didn't go on Lepin, they could have easily went on Iris. They could have easily went on Ulum, and then I don't have the thing. Also, even with Ulum being alive, look at all this green. Way too much green. And then boom, what did they get? They just triggered a Tranquil, double team, and then boom, we're already dying. So already dying. No purpose of seeing that through. I can obviously use Rara because she's fast and she'll be able to chunk out those green stones very, very quickly. I also try to use Iden as well. Let me just take out, I don't know, it doesn't really matter. Iden doesn't need mana. So I was using these two to kind of mitigate that same thing, and then I would need a fast machine character as well to mitigate that. Now the only reason why this kind of works but it doesn't, and I'll show you guys in a second. Let me also bring in Annie for like 2 seconds as well. Annie's gonna give the mana to the fastest character. You guys already know this. I'm gonna break all the stones. She's +4, so she's really close to it. I need some more Rara dupes, and then I could probably just do this automatically. Now even if they retaliate on her, which they obviously are going to, doesn't matter. She's either gonna dodge or she's just going to Burning Soul it. Now I have Iden, who is very fast, who can now finish it off, but there's one issue with this guy over here. Where is he? Where are you at, buddy? This guy. So when you hit them, I don't know exactly what triggers it. I think they just get it naturally. Like, where is it? Yeah, increases own dodge by 150 for 3 turns. Pretty much 150 is like, I'm going to dodge. They don't even give you the dodge animation. I don't know why oh no, he does have it too, okay. So when in his first turn, yes, you can bring them down, but now they have 3 turns of dodge, and now you can't really do anything to them. Now Iden here, I think I have him at +4. And obviously he's gonna chunk the ones in the back. Now Iden doesn't need mana, which is very important. He doesn't need mana. I could actually take Rara out and then have him go in there. This guy in the front here doesn't counter. I think the little samurai dude. No, he does counter, sorry. So if you really wanted to, you can still use Annie, and then he'll retaliate, but it's not gonna do anything. I think these guys counter too. Yeah, they counter as well. So they all counter. So as long as the first person's protected, it's kind of okay. As you can see, the double team, and that's still gonna be random because of all the other characters that I'm using. Even if I try to hear, I don't have Iris, so my battery becomes dramatically weaker. A lot of factors come into this. There we go again. I can do this move again. Now after the first turn, I think what is it, that silly other thing kicks in? The bite kicks in, the double hit from the bite, which is really good. Like, this doesn't look too bad, I would say. Like, if you were looking at this, it doesn't look too bad. My characters are alive. We're doing perfectly fine. But keep in mind, we also don't have any type of reviving or anything like that, so. See, if the bite activates, it's another trigger. Someone told me that in the comment section below. I was like, oh, you're such a shame for telling me that. Now also keep in mind that my Iden actually does not have any gear on. It's like doesn't really have anything. I just wanted to test this out. So he's actually good here. And also Iden, I think, if I'm not mistaken, is for some of the daily challenges. So investing into him is not like gonna be like a nightmare or anything like that. You're not gonna like lose out so much on it that you regret your decision. See, we still have everyone alive. Not that bad. But if I did the other team comp, I would have definitely lost someone by now. I mean, you guys already saw that, right? So now, as you can see, that these guys don't counter. The guys with the shield, they don't counter. They just have block. And then this one's easy. I'm not bringing anyone with machine. So now these guys with machine or Ulum would pretty much clean these guys up, right? But what slot would I have Ulum if I'm using Annie for Rara, you know? So if I were to take out Annie and then Iden was actually at that spot where he could do that, I can bring back Ulum and then I could do that strategy. But what I'm really trying to show you guys here, you definitely need speed going forward. Like, now I'm at the spot where, as you can see, it's easier when I'm using speed. You guys have probably struggled on this part. I can almost guarantee that you did, because I struggled a lot when I was like, dang, I don't have enough speed. I can't outspeed them. I can't do anything, and their attacks and defenses are so freaking high. You can't really you can't use Janai on them to lower their speed or stuff like that. You pretty much have to go with the flow and just do damage when you can, and then always have so you need at least 3, like a recap is that you're gonna need at least 3 machine on deck, and you're gonna need at least a 6 green Guardian Stonebreaker. You need it, like, because it's just not enough to do just 3 all the time. You're gonna need to be able to break more than that. Now you guys are probably wondering what kind of speed you're gonna need, and it seems to be like like 110. I'm gonna test that out. So here's Aiden, and he has 118 base speed. So other characters that I know I could bring in there would be like someone like Deva. Her speed is kind of up there. I've been purposely making her faster. I've been wanting to make her a little bit more faster. So I could bring in Deva. I could bring in Colin has 89 speed, but it's possible that, you know, if you give him yellows, which is, you know, most people are probably gonna not want to get in yellows, which if they're all 4 speed, then it would be 12, and then you'd be at 101. I think that would be that's kind of what you need. Now I know, like I said, I showed him, right, 110. I know he's over that. So let me see if I can get someone that's 100 speed, and then we can test that out if that's quick enough. And that's another thing that's a reason why Obelia's kind of it's because her speed is low. She has a pretty low speed. Oh, okay, that's pretty close. 97. Let's see 97. I'm gonna put a couple different speeds to see like how fast we have to be. 97, and he's 102. Okay, so we can bring in both these characters and see how fast they need to be. Because then when they cut you, that's how you know like that that's the base speed. So let's bring in Ben 10 and Astarte. So as you can see, it's Aiden, and then these two cut him. So you definitely need to be above 100, because then Ben 10 is here. So you need to be above 100. Ugh, that's gonna be rough. I hate that shit so much. So he was at 102. So you'd have to be dang, you gotta be fast, man. So for me, I would have to elemental enhance her to +3 to my Deva, because see how her speed is 124. She'll also get enough mana. I just showcased that in the PvP video, is that she'll get 2 mana if she goes second. So if she has someone that's faster than her, like my Rara, then it will be fine, or like Aiden will be. So I can use both of these characters. She'll always have enough mana, and then Aiden will go. So I would need to elemental enhance him even further to +5, and then she would go after him, and that would take care of all of that. The ones that seem to have light or anything like that don't seem to be that big of a thing. So that would be 2 characters out of my team comp, and then I guess we just throw in Bathory just to protect them so they don't die. Tranquil is not that important to them, like it's not like Rara. I would use Rara, but unfortunately Rara is not +5. So I would need like one more Rara, and then it would be fine to use her. At this point I would need to luck out with something like this. I need to do this one more time and then get a dupe, and then like hopefully it's Rara again. I don't know. It's that's pretty much where my standstill is. As you can see, it's effective. I could, like I said, just keep working on Aiden, just keep doing Aiden, but I would need to do a lot more summoning just for the hero tokens alone. I need the hero tokens in order to keep activating, trying to go for it. So I would rather invest into Rara because she's a better character, and having that on her is still pretty good, especially if there's any characters in PvP that went full green. She would instantly counter them, and she would break them instantaneously, which is really good. So I'm kind of at a standstill. That's kind of where I'm at. I don't want to invest too heavily in Aiden, even though technically if they were to go after each other then it's fine, but that whole dodge thing makes it like kind of useless. So yeah, make sure you guys get your speed up, or just try to tank the damage out, whatever case is you. As soon as I get down to that 11-12, you know, we're in there. It's getting close to about, you know, the halfway point of the month, so I know a lot of people are going to probably start getting to a little bit of concern territory, whether or not they're going to be able to finish these out. Still have a decent amount of time. See, awaken 3 heroes. You have all month to do that. Not in the slightest. Oh, we have 10 days, which is not really concerned about that. I'm going to definitely try to get this fake core hero, but it is just a fake core. I'm not going to cry myself to sleep if I don't get it, but I want it. Don't get me wrong, I definitely want it. So I don't want you guys to think that, but I gotta just dig deep and start making some investments. If this helped you guys, let me know. If it didn't, be like, oh, screw you, whatever. You guys already know. Like, comment, subscribe, and let me know. I am going to go for a run. I've been sitting down and I just feel drained. I need to revitalize myself. Still a bit tired, as you guys can tell. That's why there's no review today. Be nice to me, and just remember that every day at the Cash is your lucky day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.